Protocol has been obtained in the police. This guy has been more than a day. I wish I was a large person. Mutual has been obtained at Syria. Probably every now and then you must not have to do. You go on the kind of society of society. Me, what I like to do to the do for the over the acting president, who is also Minister of Finance, Gaolathe, the Minister of State President, Palapye, Minister of Education and Child Welfare, I've seen the fires that engaged people will be promoted as serious Africa. Minister of Higher Education, starting from primary application, when I have the Ministry of Government, in to be part of this, but I don't see here. I hope and trust in spirit is with us. But to tell you about Minister of Ndaba and police, he got to go over the cat home. Most of them are happy. Let me take out you are very bad. You members of Parliament who are here, most of that, the churches and councillors, secretaries here present, DPS Director, the acting secretary, Minister of Child Welfare and Basic Education, Ms. Mamidi, Kamarakawi, here present. There's something attaching me when I speak here with you. I don't know what it is, but God will tell you. State-owned enterprises, chief executive officers here present, captain of industries, award recipients, fellow educators, esteemed guests, members of media, in especially by David Ivan at the Bahari, who the organizers of this activity, the teacher training and teachers across this country. Kafera, even this man sound is one of the Havana, it may have started as Luciano, but I think I come very quickly. People already get out of the way. Once you have a large agenda, leave by to the hand. When I touch to the don't worry. They leave the Tario visa. People don't say how to hide. They get a very aggressive member of parliament. Very strong, very hard. But we there is not political. Today, the word might be very strong, but my interest is for you to appreciate that we are trying to make you understand the situation that you are going through. That's basically what we are trying to do. We are not very strong, members of parliament here, ministers here, so that they understand that when you are back there, you have my key, that will be for the legal home. How can this come on one, let us come in here. It is only from February, you will only have a what is saying to you? It is my sincere honor and privilege to render a speech on behalf of all teacher leaders as we celebrate Teachers' Day. Today we stand united in pride, purpose, and gratitude as we celebrate the heart of our nation's future, the teachers of Botswana. Allow me to warmly congratulate the new umbrella of the change government on their victory in the October 2024 national general election. This moment, brothers and sisters, is not just a win for a political party. It is a win for the people of Botswana, for democracy and the enduring spirit of our nation. In the same way, brethren, I wish to express our deep respect and gratitude to the Botswana Democratic Party for upholding the principles of democracy. Their graceful and peaceful transfer of power without a drop of blood speak volume and about the maturity of our democracies as citizens of this country. It was a seamless and dignified transition that cannot be taken for granted, especially in a world where power changes hands too often through a turmoil and unrest. That same act, the peaceful power transfer, elevated our country's standing. It reminded the world and the African in particular, or Africa in particular, that Botswana remains a shining example of what true democracy looks like. Colleagues, brothers and sisters, we not just witness a change in leadership, we witness a reaffirmation of who we are as people, peaceful, principled, and united in our commitment to the rule of law. President Advocate Ndaba was critical about the transfer of power. And he said, Botswana today sends a message to the whole world and says democracy is alive here. Democracy is in action. This democracy is in motion. This is democracy exemplified, sends as a binding message to the whole world to say the African continent, it must happen. It can happen. When it does, it is one of the most beautiful experiences a country can go through. End of quote. His Excellency, former President, Dr. Moses had this to say about the change of government. I knew I had a responsibility to make sure I set the standard because we have never had a chance of change of government before. As in a different party, taking over in this country. So the onus of this responsibility on me was massive, and I had to lead it. End of it. When I listened to the statement, the true statement, it caused Botswana to change our attitude, to change our behavior, and listen to these two guys, and be united for the good of this country. We thank them for respecting the will of the people of Botswana. I think we need to give them a round of applause. Today, colleagues, brothers and sisters, we have gathered not just to celebrate the immeasurable contribution of the teachers to our nation, but to speak with one voice, the voice of labor, the voice of workers, the voice of those who carry the country forward, even when no one is watching. This year's theme, investing in teachers as architects of the new Botswana, calls upon every sector of society, government, private sector, communities, and civil society to recognize that teachers are not just transmitters of knowledge, but also builders of nations' foundation. The theme is perfect as we meet at a historic moment in our country's journey under a new government, a new administration, and a new promise to the people of Botswana. That promise is one of both renewal and justice. The new government has come into office with a bold statement about transformation, a roadmap guided by social justice and equity principles. As a trade union, we welcome this idea, but we also support it. We also caution words are not enough. A roadmap is only helpful if it leads us somewhere better. Let it be known here today that the teachers of Botswana and the workers of this country have expectations on you. Comments. For a long time now, teachers have been celebrated by speeches, yet neglected Minister of Finance in the budget. They are applauded in public, but overworked in silence. The people of Botswana voted for a change, but change must be fair. It must reach the classroom, the staff room, the rural schools in the community, and the overcrowded schools in the world. To our comrades in our sector, or in our sectors, doctors, nurses, public servants, and factory workers, your struggle is our struggle. We must stand united to ensure this new Botswana belongs to all its people. Fellow educators, distinguished guests, on infrastructure and heritage, our schools are crumbling, and many of our public institutions are in a dire despair. We are grappling with textbook shortage, broken furniture, large class sizes, and lack of essential teaching and learning materials. These conditions are not just unacceptable, they betray the promise of quality education for every Botswana child. We cannot teach effectively under such circumstances. Our learners deserve better. So do we. While levels of operation on our BB, the issue of multi-testing and grading, as well as level of operation, has caused unnecessary anxiety and division within our ranks. While public service the employer ignored those rulings and went further to appeal the historical decision to High Court. This is not just an attack on teachers, it is an attack on the rule of law. On bullying and discipline, we have noted recently policy changes must have all this caution. Thank you formally. Thank you very much. Colleagues, brothers and sisters, while we acknowledge the intent behind abolishing corporal punishment, we cannot ignore the great wave of indiscipline sweeping through our schools. Bullying is no longer confined to students. It is now being directed at teachers. We have seen videos, heard stories, and some of us have been. When students celebrate the weakening of teachers' authority, we must ask ourselves, what message are we sending to this country? Make that company we shouldn't take it light. It is serious. Colleagues, brothers and sisters, discipline is not about punishment, but respect, responsibility, and safety. We call for a national compensation on restoring dignity and order in our schools. And our pleading for the entire nation to sit down and think how best we can deal with discipline within the learning institutions. Otherwise, the country is gone. Bargaining structures. We thank the new government for the progress made in resuscitating the public service bargaining councils. Thank you, Remwasa. May God bless you. You are very instrumental to make sure that bargaining council get its feet. And that is why we need to uphold the respect that is there. Mais, pas tout le monde tout le terrain. Batali, kama ikoko betukuka, kama upasi alinaja abua ngao. Akina amara haseni. You know, I'm never done that in my session. Whenever I would go to my system, carry nasi. Report at house at the system. Our labor laws are clear. Negotiation between workers and employers are meant to occur within a bargaining council framework. Employers are meant to occur within a bargaining council framework. And that is why we need to applaud you that if this can now start working, then issues of workers will be addressed properly accordingly in the right structure. Madam Minister, is over 87 years old. When I reached from the material that were presented before, I realized that even our forefathers have talked about funding of education. And it appears leadership for years they have never understood this. And even today, Vice President, Minister of Finance, I think after this, you will understand the budget differently, so that the budget, particularly towards education, is treated differently. And I trust you. Minister, how are you going to tell me you will if the actual money is yourself? Minister, how are you going to tell me you will if the actual money is yourself? Join the Minister of Education for his cry Invest in teachers is not a slogan. It's a call for action. It means ensuring our educators are fairly compensated. It means professional development, modern resources, and dignified working conditions. It means listening to teachers, involving them in policy decision, and valuing their voice in shaping the education. Our message to the new government is that if we want Botswana that thrives in the knowledge-based economy, if we want young people ready for digital, green, and inclusive futures, we must invest in those who prepare them, that is, our teachers. As trade unions, we advocate fiercely for better conditions, but we also call on our teachers to rise to the moment. As teachers, let us commit ourselves to excellence, innovation, ethical conduct, and lifelong learning. We must be models of the future we are building. As trade unions, we welcome the inclusion of the child welfare concept in education owing to its intended purpose for developing the children. This will ensure urgent, holistic development, safety, and quality of education by overseeing policies and initiatives that promote child welfare at home and in school. VP, some of them, they are poor today, very poor, simply because the little money they get, they invest in the student they teach. And that is why it's very important. Countries that are serious, that have done well in education, they invested in education. They are paying their teachers. Those who listen to the radio, like myself, I listened to the response that was made by the President of Canada, that why is he paying teachers better? He said, everybody who's a good teacher, and therefore I can pay them better. Therefore, the government must provide better funding for the education system of this country. And I trust you, Mr. Ndaba, Gaolathe, that you do that. And I trust and believe that God will help you and your support staff that this time around the budget become focused so that you make a difference in this country. And if that will be the case, if the budget is well crafted and meet our needs, obviously I'll be the campaign manager in your area when you'll be seeking re-election. That's to show that indeed we want to see Botswana that will be proud of. You know, in the past, majority of students who were sent abroad for further training, they never stayed. Why is it happening today? It means there's something wrong, that as educators are not doing well. And let's restore our culture, let's restore our practice in the best way we can. As I conclude my remarks, when our minister, the Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, go public, fund education. Education unions worldwide are joining forces to build inclusive, quality public education for all. We are mobilizing to fully fund public education system and resist budget cut, austerity, and privatization of education. I'd like to repeat this statement. And privatization of education. You know, I don't have enough time, MC. I will elaborate further how we view privatization of education in this country, so that everyone understands what Mabakama Kuna Arunaki. Because I have seen it. Colleagues, we are not angry with anybody, we are not angry with any idea, but our interest is to see Botswana where we want them to be. We know as teachers, we become proud when we see me Kamanakau representing Botswana in an international setting. We become proud, negotiating, assisting this country. And that's our interest. As long as we see citizens being at a certain level. And we are proud today, VP, when we see you, you know, if you look at history, in the previous years, the permanent secretaries to the Office of President, ministers of finance, were not Botswana. And that alone challenged us as educators to say, we want to see one day these ministries, this department, led by citizens of this country. And that's why today we're happy. Thank you, God. You gave us strength and power. Here we have Ndaba today, a citizen of this country. Here we have a lady, which was not happening in the past, being a minister. It was not the case. It was the Botswana Teachers Union that fought hard, that today we see women leading different departments, different ministries. It is our effort, and that's why we are proud today to say we have done our best. So as members of Education International and 10 unions in education, we are driving the campaign, Go Public, Fund Education. Because we believe if education is properly funded, then obviously this country will prosper economically and in development. Lastly, Comrade Director, thank you very much for allowing me to speak to colleagues. But lastly, if not least, I need to thank teachers. I need to thank them once more for the contribution they are making in this country, not only in terms of educating our society, but also with the little resource they have. With the little resource they have, they do contribute, Minister, in different respects. Not lasting really teacherizing. Sometimes some of the teachers, as we speak today, is a fact. And in society, as I'm speaking today, we have a number of houses that we have constructed as teacher trade unions across the country to support the society. That's what we did. And that, colleagues, let us recognize teachers. Let us give them what is right for them. Mudimu darasawatse. Kama huko haka mweza maisaidiru. Tolale mudimu sewa halani. Kita huru mwana tuwaru na uhuru duwane. I thank you.
Comrade President, halala, Comrade President BTU, halala. Konsijalu ki ene mweteleji pilo walo kutala baruta bana. Ibila kape le mwelo la diswanelo za baruta bana. Amjaga na ha malaita on ngiliruri on leboha. So tete di mole motele patala tuto le puso di dirang. Ibile lo wani a rohana le rona di kweto tse ba ipitela mbale mo go tsone ke mwete di pele yo itseng go romaganya maopa puiso batho jaga re mo utlwa a re mo helo go fila go helo ba etso re ta tsoma ke go tsena mo lebelo la manyanga le wairi ka na go esetse ile go mwere he go henyana re ta re tsena mo karolong e latelang mme ke batla gore ke lo itsisi re Quinton Folwe ke go tsamela ka kwana yo e leng yana ta bongaranola se se ta bonseta re se itumela ha ke ene re Quinton Folwe a tsoma le go teng gapela nela bosetu a le mo committee ya ipapatso la publicity re taborena le no ne a jano ka yona na koe ke tabogela letsa go ithuti go tswa go sekolong sa Khatadimu Junior Secondary School ke Mr. Osego letsatsi yo ta bonga ta gore ha poko o ka e khaleka ya rona ya poko ye tabo aperi lebeletsele re Quentin Fole jaaka tabo a ranola poko e gore batho ka kutlo ba kgone go utlwa le bone o ka moithuti wa rona mo go tswa ko Kakadimo maletsatsi okay mo tsara di ka nna ga gola gore ya ga se moithuti ke morutabana a maruri tsotlhe di molemo a re kope morutabana Mr. Gosego Letsatsi a ta supe bokgoni jo ke dumela le gautshwana ga ke tsora ke ene ha re Gosego Letsatsi ampore nice guy and natula ke malla gararo ya la Gosego Letsatsi 3 Gosego Letsatsi 2 Gosego Letsatsi 2 1.5 Tio are mo pele le ofi
ba itiretse dinaledi batho ba swai ba ira dilo le nna kana ke tsene ha ke makala ke ntse ke le bella go godimo ke re ke ta bona go shwe mme ga se go shwe ke maro mo tsike batho ba ba ira dilo di makatso ba utuna gompieno thamaga ke a go rapela mongwe me ke tilo go galaletsa na o ditona ke tilo go le ba ga re ga le koko thamaga ke tilo go le ba ke itumela tanta go ke eme ga re ga le koko basadi bo mmele se kalantwa motho ga itile ga ke a rwele ka le le la mele go ka le kokomela magala ntaba wana ke a hatela mothangana ke thomile ka mona na kgonotswe ke etsa boe ba ta go dira seo ke re mmata thuto ke hitetse morole ka dikala tsomo o kwa puele go ja mongana mampula ke ntse bo teachera ba beile setsipe sa puo le jare le rotobela le sang bana ba te go rona re ba amuse rona re bokamusa mathale ka lo sa ditšhaba tšhaba di tsoge di bua se kgwa ke ntse ke utlwa tiro tsa lona matitšhara di ditona thata tiro tsa lona go nyepa di a bonala le kgosi ke ntse ke utlwa bua sekgoma le ena ke ntse ke utlwa bua ga thamaga ke ntse ke go lebile mogarong sekgwa sa go se tswa matsorotsoro ile ke gole ba ka go thometse le nna ke ta thomesa tsamaela go ka sekgwa sa ga go nna ga ke a ba mo go swane go la tona ke tlo go ngantsolla mampa mantsho mo tona ke tlo go kokomoga thamaga ke tlo go itumella mna batho o ha re ile motho a le motona thata go se dirile motho a go itshega ntse ke bolela batho ke re matitšhara ka re le a losa dilo di le ditona le se ka la re ka lona ga le la tšhiniki ga le le mogwe le ne le ba ruta gore ba apare tšhiniki le ba bone ebile ba tsentse dina le dimagaetse le ke ba gore ipone ba tshwanna ke ntse ke bona tautira e naga re ga lekoko na eme nako a re le tshware dithobolo thata le ditšhara thata kana ke tilo tsa matitšhara gamme banna le sekala re ke thaola makwakwa la re ke a lebihela dilo di apitseng ka maina kwa mothong a gatetlwanno ke phologolo e seo betulana totwana thamaga yaanong kana ke batla go bobara mothangkana ke batla go dimakomo golo a tona ke tilo go ntsha dikgang di le ditona e se ka re ba bua ga utona ba re ne ba re ke a golopela e se ka re tsoga ba ba retsa bohebehe gatola ga itaaaa go gakologele kana gompieno botshelo bothata botshelo bo tetse ka bomeno masoupola a etshega an innocent flower yet the sequence is underneath ga se ditsela ke nta tsa solomela fogolo gakologelo batho re boloa ke bone ba re jang nako ke letse ke bona monna maala le mohasa ngwato o motona ga go a le teng a robala a iketile a losoka re utlwa re re amele wa re re amene ha re tsoga ra akela batho a le lona la nkakela a le tlo go le nkakela ko modimong tsela a lo ene wa nkakela ke mo nkakela ko modimong o tseo di boihe thata ka re no tile matitšhara o ba retse thata sello sa bone o se retse ke batho ba le batona ba rata go itumela thamana itaga re lo se kwa robala sirwa ke ditedi molomo betso saile tsena he go gago tsena tshaba ba khwini azi ba khwini ba izerile lo a eta patakanya le kopa khopanya biyo e makarre le tsamaye o ka manyano le o ha motho ta go zere ta di bona matitšhara ka re go re le sekala re ke bihala lona nka ke garata mme ne ke rata le rata le rata ka bobise ka Botswana ka le ka rata ka Botswana basadi bo mme batho ga ba ntse ditshego go maotong ba kubetsa ke na o itsepa ke tsoga photeng ka ke le ha ke tsoga go senyala masuko go ga moneta la mphato a direng o go bungole kgapolla ga mamogatsa khale o ntse mona nabo moraga Gaolathe o dinekere ba reng ga o ya teng o le ba teng muso ba ya o bela batho ba teng ba go dinekere o teng go le ba batona ba ba hitileng ba ba robetseng bo morago o tukile ba bona go se mo ba ntse ba le go tamaga jaanong le nna wa bona ra busitse go la ha le nna wa ntshwanela Autuna kana maelo ntshabetse maloba ke meditse go mabuthubela siana tla hetse o so se le se tola mololwane go go mutela go Ethiopia ha o ntibile ke le ha nna kana ga ke sa teacher wa thopo diata tsa me ga sa tshwana le diata tsa me ha ke le bella marago a phomo ya abusa le nna ha ke pota marago a phomo ya abusa go e bona ka marwana banna ba dikgomo ba ntena ba ntshakgalla ba nne mollo le nna ba re ba nthoile kana ha ba re ba rekisa dipodi go ga direki ditse popo e bokala hela go maunetala fa kubela ga sanana go sile ile ha banna ba le siantsha mohola ile ha o iswa lo ditile di pagame fela ya machine go le go twa gore ke tse mo twa go ya tatsame ha di lebella marago a kgomo ke rile ya busa ha ke le ha ke go edisa dikgomo go makuthubela go kupung le kgapolo la ga mamoga tsa kgale mo go ta mo te go bona ba lo malaka la ka o te go bona ke go tshwanela tla o tuna ja go lokela o te makuthubela ba te go ijela monato o te go bona kgomo di go tsola malona o te go bona ile mo khamelo kana nna ke rata sorota sa kgomo se tswa go khamelo sorota nna se ro gore sorota le kgomo tse di na magadi no a bona thobane ke be ile ha kae kana ke batla go tsamaya go ha kana ke tlaetse ya no mme ke teng go golla o ka nna mme tsamela kwana motho a batho tanki phone kana a bole tsene ga bo ke to ha ke ikgobela o inshare nna kana ke le betse kana ngwana o thalosa serate sente ke rrabo di bega di hathe go ke a kometsa di tsile abere banna ba pota kwano inane be summe ke se ka ka bolla to le maru ke beditse ba ga mama
Thank you, host. Waiti mo wedi mo obiru agote Eva Garden okila agwa mahoko athatwa ara. Teachers are the compass that activates the magnet of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom in our society. But it's one thing I like and proud of as a teacher. Teachers are very creative. And for that, teachers, give yourselves a round of applause, please. Indeed, your influence is a gift to the whole world, and we thank you for that amazing work. Betu, I would like us to rise now. Kaskalaka rare tomiliza ntungamiri. Come out, we can the acting President of the Republic of Botswana, who is also the Minister of Finance, Mr. Ndaba Gaolathe.
A moment of silence for the teachers who have left us this year. May their souls rest in peace. Rekanna hearts. My standard 1 teacher was Mamulomo. My standard 2 teacher was Mama Unge. Standard 3 was Mamudise. Standard 4, Mautukile. Standard 5, Masekwabave. Standard 6, Maram Palapye. Standard 7, Maletian. I had many teachers at Form 1. I had Re Palapye, I had Mamfazi, I had Marco Manyani. And I saw my teacher in the midst here. I want him to stand up. Remudise. Yeah. Remudise was my technical drawing and woodworks teacher. And I remember when he was my teacher, he treated me with such delicacy. He treated me as if I was already a vice president. And over the years, when I was studying in the United States, when I was working, when I was living in South Africa, when I was going through a period of darkness, he was always checking on me, always available, always a source of encouragement, always a source of inspiration. And what I find particularly moving is that even as the people asked me to serve them as vice president, the way he treats me today is the exact same way he treated me when I was in Form 1. I thought I should mention this to remind you and to dramatize the idea that we are what we are because of teachers. And many people may not know this, that in fact the first Minister of Finance, Ben Tema, was a teacher. Masire Sekitumile was a teacher. Another man who shares my last name at some point was a teacher. I myself, I have been a teacher many years. I have been a volunteer teacher, teaching high school students, but I've also taught at the University of Namibia. So I listened to the president of the BTU, and although he accused vocabulary, I listened to him, to what he had to say. I listened to the truths that he wanted to share with us, and I was wondering who he's talking to, because I'm a teacher in my own right. May I acknowledge the ministers that are here with us today, Raymond Mohasa, Mamukoka, Reramuhapi Retere, Hunyepa. The members of parliament that are here, Refrenzo, Redihwa, Residombo, Re Bahaisamang, and one who likes provoking me in particular, Re Lucas, Mr. Omlu. I'm told that Kosi Peter Karma is here. There he is. He's a gentleman. I grew up with him. We grew up together. He has always been a gentleman, and he continues to be a gentleman. Kosi Leban, I recognize you. Palapye, chairperson of the district council, Rekitsuhile, I recognize you. Mama Chulu, the human resource guru, as I call her, I recognize you. The acting PS, Ma Kamanaka, I recognize you. The councillor, Remakura, the trade unions that are here and your leadership, the wonderful, the marvelous, the inspiring, the all-encouraging, the prayerful teachers that are here, I recognize you. The media that are here, I recognize you. The pastors that are here, I recognize you. I had to come today to Palapye, in this proud town of Palapye, a place where Botswana's future gathers its strength. We are not here merely to celebrate Teachers' Day. We are witnessing a national moment of reckoning and recommitment. We gather to honor not just a profession, but a calling, the noble calling to teach. In every generation, a nation stands at a moral crossroads, and ours is no exception. We face an economic downturn, a youth unemployment crisis, a deepening inequality. And yet in this uncertainty we turn, as Moses did to the burning bush, to those who carry the wisdom of generations, our teachers. Proverbs tells us, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And you, our teachers, have and continue to carry out this mission, often under the weight of overcrowded classrooms, crumbling infrastructure, and countless unseen burdens that you have to shoulder. And yet you endure, you persist, you build in silence. The classroom of yesterday held slates and very different from the classrooms of today. But what has never changed is the heart of the teacher. Always full, always fighting, always forming minds. Plato, the philosopher, he says, those who tell stories rule society, and you, the teachers, have been shaping the story that Botswana tells itself. Let me be plain. We know you are tired. We know you are fatigued. We know you are frustrated. We know your morale has been tested by many challenges that you face, including welfare issues and the weight of expectations unmatched by resources. The unions have spoken, and I want to be clear that we are listening. Not out of formality, but out of respect and out of resolve. And to the teachers' unions, I say, you are not adversaries in our nation's transformation. You are the architects of the new Botswana. But as we had stated previously, including in the budget speech, Botswana's education system will not be patched up. It will be overhauled. We are moving swiftly to build a dual education system, one that unites theory with practice, head with hand, chalk with tool. This is how we realign learning with life. This is the pedagogy that you yourself have inspired and continue to inspire in countries the most progressive and the most successful countries, including Switzerland. 70% of the students pursue dual vocational education, splitting time between the classroom and the real world. The result? One of the world's lowest youth unemployment rates and a workforce built on relevance, not redundancy. Sometimes it is us who create the unemployment. In Germany, young people graduate with skills that are employable and economically catalytic. Botswana will not copy blindly, but we will learn boldly. We will adapt wisely, and we will lead courageously. And so, to rebuild trust and the future of education, we are committed to invest in teachers in many multiple and various ways, including the improvement of working conditions and attending to their welfare issues. This will not be easy, considering a tight fiscal space, but let us remember that economic downturns are not dead ends. They are the furnaces on which great nations are forged. Aristotle, the philosopher, says, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. You are teachers, do both. You ignite the intellect. You nurture empathy. You cultivate resilience. Alikopelia. In a time when our youth ask, where is our future? Your voice is the answer. When the economy trembles, your profession is the anchor. To our award-winning teachers today, we say, thank you for fighting the battles we never saw. You taught when there were no books. You stayed when hope stayed home. You stood firm when others fled. In biblical terms, you are modern-day Moseses and Deborahs, leading generations across the dry rivers of inequality to the promised land of opportunity. And to those who were nominated but were not successful, be inspired to continue running. Your crown is just by your doorsteps. And as I close, I ask that we rise above the chaos. Let us reject the temptation of apathy. Let us commit. Let us commit to build a new Botswana through a reimagined and inclusive education system. Let us commit to partner with unions and not to silence them. Let us commit to reward excellence, not let it burn out in silence. Let us commit to honor your voice, not just your labor. And I leave you with this, teachers of Botswana. You are not in the background. You are the blueprint. You are not just a part of the story. You are the story. Let us walk this path hand in hand. May the teacher's voice never again be marginal. May the classroom never again be an afterthought. And may the Botswana we build together be one that we are proud to pass on. We say that we are building a new Botswana. We say we are building the best managed country on the African continent, a paragon of fairness, of unity, and of inclusive prosperity on the African continent. This will never happen without teachers being at the core of it. This will never be possible without that being inspired by the teachers themselves. Some may have forgotten, but do you know that when somebody gives you a penny, one penny, one pebble when the days are dark, is worth more than a fortune when the days are bright? I have come here to Palapye, to gathering of teachers, years past, when the days were dark and the valleys were dark, when we were tattered and bruised, and some pronounced us dead. We came here to your song. We came here to your voice of hope. We came here to your encouragement. We came here to your prayers. We came here to your vision building. We came here to your faith. We came here because you epitomize what is true humanity. Let people not forget that the new Botswana has come about as a result mainly of teachers. I remember I came here once, twice, and I said to you teachers, you are the crème de la crème of society. I still say that you are crème de la crème. I still say that we cannot build this nation without you. I still say we cannot build this nation as long as you are unhappy, as long as you are frustrated, as long as you are not part of it, we will not be able to build this country. Societies that have succeeded, societies that succeed, are societies that acknowledge, not just in speeches, as Mr. Wizile says, not just in speeches. Societies that succeed are societies that acknowledge teachers as crème de la crème. Once teachers depend on Boma Chonisa, once teachers live in near poverty, then society, we cannot become the new Botswana. We cannot become the best managed country on the African continent, the paragon of unity, the paragon of fairness, the paragon of inclusive prosperity. Teachers are the vision builders. Teachers are our intermediaries with the universe. Teachers are our chief encouragers. Teachers are the consciousness of a nation. Teachers are our counsel. Teachers are the mind shapers. We thank all the teachers that are receiving recognition today. But we thank all the teachers, not just for the work that you do, but we thank you for who you are. May God bless you. Amudimo onelelona, amudimo ole tshegetse, amudimo ole phatsimisetse sefatlhego sa gagwe. Amen.
Congratulations, Smith. Congratulations,
go rialo ke aka ha o tsena ka tlhamallo mo karolwaneng e ya Botswana Connect go simolola ha jaaka ha re ne re go amogela mo letsatsing la mahatshehatse la borutabana ko re boneng jalo mosarela tautora re Ndaba Gaolathe ana bula semmuso letsatsi le le akgolang le go ipelela le segopotso sa tiro ya borutabana mme ka gore la motho wa gaetsho o gorogela mo karolwaneng ya Botswana Connect o kopana le nna one rabanteng ka la katšhane ke tla be ke na le wena go tloga gone ga go tlhela ka nako ya bobedi ke go dumedisitse motho etso nna le rona
They lead us. Let's raise our flag and cheer on our champions. Arvai Remuroko. Hola the mares, hola.
Aremi ngadinao re supporteng bomme ba re ba tsenya mo di back pages tsa rona re ba tsenya mo di programeng tsa rona.
All the best, you know, we've done it before, we've proven that we can be a good side. Let's go out there and show Africa hore we can be an even better side.
A re kopaneng re rotloetse setlhopha sa rona sa kgwele ya dinao sa bomme. The mares, we have seen your resilience, we have seen your consistency. We are very proud of you, we are rallying behind you, and we will see you in Morocco.
Bagaetso, hurt people will hurt other people. So let's break the cycle of violence. Seek help, even if you were abused many years ago. Do not wait for a volcanic eruption of your emotions. Say no to gender-based violence. It starts with you.
How are you? Really, how are you? If this question irritates you, if it sparks a lump in your throat, please get help and talk about it and say no to any form of violence.
Nearly 1 in 4 females and 1 in 7 males aged 18 and 24 who have experienced childhood sexual violence have had their first incident happen at